welcome to the next video in the capsule, everybody. This one is on communications. Just wanted to highlight, if you remember, last time we talked about something called the Outlook add-in, as you can see here on my left. I hope this looks familiar to you, but this was a great way to log emails that you're receiving or sending, or meeting invites from your calendar. What we're looking to do in this capsule is record maybe a one-off communication like a phone call or an in-person meeting. You can see that right here. Actually, this is a communication inside of the Borealis system. You see that we have information like the venue, the address, the type of communication, maybe the subjects that were discussed, the engagement plan, even the description, the content of what happened inside of the communication, and the stakeholders and staff members involved. So, what we're going to look to accomplish today is logging a phone call we had with one of our stakeholders about a project that we are having in their area. So, let's get into that right now, and we'll go right into creating that communication there. All right, here we are at the Borealis home screen. This is what you should see right when you log in to the Borealis system. How we get to the communications section inside of Borealis is we actually just navigate here to the stakeholder engagement module. And you can see right here in the engagement section, we have the communications form available. If we click on it, it'll bring us right here to our registry of communications. How we create one is we could just click the green create button here, and we could start off creating our one-off phone call, meeting, etc. That's separate from emails and meeting invites that would be accomplished using the Outlook add-in that we previously just described. So first off is we need to identify actually what type of engagement I had with the stakeholder. So we have a list here of some that are preloaded into the system. You can add more if you have the access to, or if you are a super user, you can also manipulate this list. You're not locked to just what's here. But today we're looking just to log something super basic, maybe just a phone call that we had with a stakeholder. We need to give it a title, something meaningful, I would say. So maybe we can just put the call with stakeholder as the title, like such. Um, the description is a place where you can put, I guess, the actual contents of the call, where the summary would be a good place to put your notes or to put your maybe your scribbles or some quick little dots that you kind of took down there in that meeting. So in the description, I'm just going to say that I had a phone call with a stakeholder, like so. I'm going to put don't have a name for the stakeholder, but we'll just say we had a phone call with a stakeholder about the project affecting their area. They requested some information actually and a project map. Really interesting. I could paste my notes here in the summary, so maybe I have some really kind of just scribble that I took on the side. I could paste these notes here. I'm just pasting some help desk articles that I kind of noted on the side there. The next field that's really important is the date field. This isn't actually the creation date. I want to highlight that. That's actually automatically tracked by Borealis. This is the date that the communication actually happened. So maybe I had this phone call on Monday. So we'll select Monday, December 11th. Now we're where we could start linking this communication to the actual stakeholders that we had. We could select from a list of stakeholders here or organizations. Uh, you see, I can click on Aaron, for example, and add him in as a member of this phone call. I could use this blue arrow here to navigate through Aaron's different positions that he may hold inside of his individual record. And I could even add other stakeholders. Maybe there's Elisa that I talked to. Now, the staff members field is the staff members that are involved inside of this communication. Now, I want to note here that these don't need to be users inside of Borealis. These could be any person that works at the company. You can manage this registry yourself, I guess, and add them like you would add individuals. So maybe I was involved in this communication. I guess I'm not on the list of staff members, but we could say that Leanne was, for example, then. And maybe Adam was there with Leanne during this phone call. It was a conference call. Now, we do have some options to record any stakeholders that were mentioned as well. You can record the address that the communication happened at if the meeting was maybe at a house or at a coffee shop and you wanted to get the exact geolocation. You could pull this up here and just type in a you could just type in a you have to allow your location first of all, and you could type in something like 120 Front Street here or 120 York Boulevard, and I could add that in, and you see it just takes the address rate from Google search. If I have any engagement plans I'm using, which will be covered in a video later on, I can link to this engagement plan just to group my communications. Uh, we have the ability to add the content or what was discussed. Maybe this was about the dams we're going to build and how visually impacting it's going to be to the environment. If we have the TDS add-in, we can link this to our correct project to make sure the data's getting in the correct area. And then finally, we have an area to record the general atmosphere of the call, the tone. Maybe it was a positive call, and finally, if there's any documents that we have, like the project map that's requested, maybe there was a PowerPoint used, a business card handed to you, feel free to give it a recording right there. Just drop it in. Or you can add a link directly to your SharePoint. Just give it a title, drop the URL right there. I think we're about ready to hit save. So let's go ahead and hit save and view, and let's see what happens. And here we are. Here's our one-off communication. So you see our description is there, our summary, and those links actually work as well. We have all the stakeholders and participants. We can access it right there in the attendees section as well and add additional attendees if we need to. We could go back to the main page of the communication, see the address. The venue's automatically taken from the address, as you can see. We have in those organizations that are involved, the type of communication, all that really beautiful data that we recorded is available right here inside of your communications. So that's it for the communications. We're going to have some links below, as always, to articles to help you out, and even the video that we did on the Outlook add-in. So thanks for sticking with me on this one, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video in this capsule. Thank you very much.